Altcoin has seen a significant bounce from very important support, and yes, it's not only Bitcoin that bounced, because many altcoins have seen very strong bounces after it yesterday got absolutely wrecked, and now everything seems to rebounding very strongly. Bitcoin is creating a new CME gap. I'm gonna be talking exactly about that, what we have seen so far, this major consolidation phase, which we are still exactly trading in. I will be talking about this very typical trap we've seen in many previous bull markets, and much more critical information you need to see right now to understand where we are currently sitting in this bull market. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in today's update video. So first of all, we can start to see that Bitcoin is currently creating a massive CME gap, just like it has done on previous weekends as well here. This time around, the CME gap is 97.8k. And if we're just going to be looking back at the bigger perspective over all the previous CME gaps, we can see that, of course, last weekend we created a major CME gap on the lower side, and just days later, after the CME gap, of course, was closed, we did still fill up the CME gap. So you have to understand that maybe not directly we're going to be filling up these gaps. Moments later, we will be filling up these gaps here. So it's very important to understand what we're currently doing here in the market. We are indeed creating another one. So I wouldn't necessarily be all too surprised that we are going to come back on the end of the Sunday. But of course, if that doesn't happen, we could get a very similar move like we got last weekend as well. So Bitcoin exactly got rejected from the upward sloping support line. We were creating some losing momentum on the upward sloping trend here. And ever since we broke down right, we exactly found support on this major previous resistance level, flipped into support right here, and this time again, once again, Bitcoin found big support around $92,000 on that price action. We bounced back higher, and now we're almost all the way up here to $100,000 again here. If I am looking at the 12-hour time frame, we are currently seeing that we're exactly retesting the previous upper sloping support line that clearly, like you can see right here, provided major support for Bitcoin. And honestly, if we are going to be breaking back above this level, that would ultimately mean we're going to be seeing a bigger continuation higher. But this is going to be, of course, a major level of resistance, which we are going to be retesting right now here. So make sure to pay close attention towards this exact level. Then, I mean, the support trend I've been talking about for quite a while here. We've been trading in this parallel trend towards the upside. And yeah, we have exactly held this support level since we had that major bounce yesterday towards the upside all the way back up to $97,000. So Bitcoin ultimately is actually looking very strong. I mean, we're still trading in an upward sloping trend here. And at the same time, we've created a major hammer candle. And this is a typical reversal candle. And yeah, that is just a very bullish thing to see right now in the market. And you have to understand, in previous bull markets, we have always seen, let's say in 2017, like 30 to 40% corrections along the way up here. And if you sold on any of these corrections, you actually did a very bad job. And if you accumulated on these corrections, you did an extraordinary job, of course. So it is important to understand in what part of the cycle we're currently in. And I in depth explained this also in yesterday's video, but we are currently not even close to be topping out on the Bitcoin price action. I mean, you can see on this chart right here, where it is basically indicating where the top could approximately getting started. It is at least 2 to 3 months ahead of ourselves before we're going to be getting the earliest top in the market. And I mean, best case scenario, we're going to be topping out in November/October of 2025. So we still have quite a lot of time. So it's actually a very bad strategy to right now think the market is already topped out. And especially if we're going to be looking at, of course, the entire altcoin season. I mean, the Bitcoin dominance is still going to be probably seeing that major breakdown. Altcoin season is still likely to be happening. I mean, the Bitcoin dominance is right now seeing a big wick on the top side. Altcoins are bouncing in a very, very strong manner, especially ETHUSDT, also one of my biggest holds. I've bought it on 25 cents. I bought a ton of it around 25 cents here. And if we're also just purely going to be looking at this entire altcoin market, it is actually looking quite good here. We saw a major correction, and that is what you need, of course, in these bull markets. You can't go up in a straight line towards the upside, and Ethereum compared to Bitcoin pair is also actually looking very strong here, with right now creating somewhat of a double bottom structure. And we're currently seeing just that the retest of that previous all-time high of the total crypto total market cap, and that is just ultimately a very bullish thing here. And guys, if you want to be trading just like me, because I am currently opening up major positions on some alt, and tomorrow's video will be dedicated about an altcoin trade I'm currently taking. if you want to be trading altcoins yourself, guys, or if you want to be trading Bitcoin, or just, any other altcoins, just like I mentioned before, don't forget to check out Blofin in the link description of today's video, because if you right now sign up an account using the highest link below on today's video description, guys, you can get a deposit bonus up to $100,000, which is quite insane if you would ask me here. So if you're interested in trading, check it out in the link description of today's video. It's a non-KYC exchange, but make sure to check in your region where you're living if this is allowed. If this is not allowed, please make sure to not use it. But anyways, let me dive further in the video talking about the ETF data. I mean, we just got the data in from the spot Bitcoin ETF. We saw some more outflows coming in from BlackRock, but I'm really expecting that the inflows are going to really start happening today again, since today is the day where the big bounce is basically happening, and yesterday was still a little bit of a capitulation event here. So we saw another $277 million worth of outflow, but you have to understand we've been in a major uptrend here on the spot Bitcoin ETF, and some sells are only logical to get here. And honestly, as the prices are going to go up again and as the market structure is recovering again, I do really think we are ultimately going to be sending this much, much higher. So at the same time, we can see that an accumulation between holders that are holding 1,000 to 10,000 coins is actually hitting a 7-month high here. We have seen a major accumulation in this most recent dip we created on the market, and that is ultimately a very bullish thing here. And just like in 2021 here, we also saw just moments before Christmas a major sell-off. Before, after that, seeing a major rally higher. Because you see also in 2021, the total market cap, excluding the top 10 here, so basically altcoins, they saw a major rally just moments after Christmas. And something similar is probably likely to be happening again here. I'm going to be closely looking towards this, and I honestly do think we're going to be getting a very strong rally for this, so I'm very excited for it. And in general, I've talked about it many times before, this is not the right time to be panicking. This is not the right time to be exiting the market. I mean, we're currently looking at a major bull market for at least the coming 200 to 300 days ahead of ourselves, and I am going to be trying to, of course, maximally benefit from this exact market structure. So right now as well, we're seeing that Bitcoin is basically trying to be breaking above that EMA Bollinger Bands here, which usually tends to be happening about 750 days after the Bitcoin bottom in the bear market. So we're about to be doing that as well, and that is the point where Bitcoin goes the most exponential. Very excited for that as well. Ultimately, we're still trading in a major uptrend on the super trend indicator. So yeah, I really think that it is best to right now zoom out a little bit here. And you have to understand that in bull market, you will always get corrections. And in these corrections is where the question remains, are you going to accumulate or are you going to be panic selling? So this is important to understand here. Once the market goes up, you need to exit it. But once the market goes down, you should not panic, but actually accumulate the right positions. So very excited for what currently is happening. We're seeing a very similar structure towards 2020. So yeah, let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But Bitcoin is still consolidating around that $100,000 mark. Ultimately, we're looking very strong here. Ultimately, we're seeing Bitcoin consolidate in this parallel channel, and whenever we break outside of this parallel channel is where the most exponential run is going to happen for Bitcoin. So very excited for what is about to be happening next year. But anyways, thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new update video. If you did enjoy it, learn something from it, don't forget to slap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.